We are live on YouTube. How's it going, guys? My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jaybird. Today's date is Sunday, June 15th, 2025. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there watching this, and to, of course, the single moms who are playing both roles. Um, yeah, and it's also Uncle Tim's birthday today, so happy birthday, Uncle Tim. Hope you have a wonderful day. So, there's a lot to get to this weekend, or this week, I should say, for the Sunday video update. A lot has happened, a lot to talk about, a lot to go over. My dad will be back shortly. He had to go uptown and take care of some business. Amy's out in the kitchen at the table. And this is your Sunday video update. So, the biggest news of this past week is I am in a relationship. I have a girlfriend now, and she is probably watching from her location. I'm not going to give away her location because I'm not going to dox my girlfriend. Um, but I don't know if she's in the chat. She may otherwise be outside doing work around the yard, but I have a girlfriend now, and I got to meet both of her kids, and her daughter had painted my fingernails. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you most likely saw the picture, but yeah, she did a fine job painting my nails. They were actually more colorful than this, but I tried to get it off with soap and water. It didn't work. I'm gonna have to get some acetone to take it off. But yeah. So I'm in a relationship, and we have known each other for quite a while now. We were friends on Facebook for quite some time, and we decided that we wanted to take our friendship further. And so I am spoken for, and I'm really happy. Um, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm happy, and um, she loves me for me. Finally, someone who loves me for me. And she's the woman I've been looking for. I asked her all the time, "Where have you been all my life? I've just been, getting so frustrated and wanting to throw in the towel and just give up on loving relationships." But then she came along, and she changed my mind, and she changed my heart. So, and her daughter changed my nail color. But I gave her permission. I told her she could do it. She says, "Can I paint your nails?" I said, "Sure." No big deal. And my girl, she's like, "Really? You're gonna let my daughter paint your fingernail?" I said toenails, didn't I? Did I say toenails, Amy? Did I say fingernails? I thought maybe it's because I'm looking in chat, because chewing off my toenail came back this week. I'll get to that in a minute. But my girlfriend says, "Are you sure you want her to paint your fingernails?" Why not? Um, don't bother me. They're fingernails. It's fingernail polish. It can come off. And I got, I want to say on this finger, not so much. But on the other finger, yeah, most of it came off. I have to probably take some acetone to it. But anyway, yeah, I'm happy in this relationship. We're building upon our relationship every day, and yeah, we are totally devoted to one another. So I'm happy. She bought me this cute flower, and every time I look at it, I'll know you're with me. I love you, baby. Thank you for this. We had pizza last night because she said she was going to come out and hang with me for a while. I said, "Oh, cool." I said, "Are you hungry?" I asked her, "Are you hungry?" And she says, "Yeah." So okay, I'll order us a pizza. So I ordered us a pizza, and she spent the night, and then she went back home today. So yeah, I'm happy. I thought, that love would never find. It's hot in here. Hold on a second, guys. It's kind of hard to do this when it's just a little bit too warm for me. But I never thought I would find anyone, and I did, and I'm happy. And um, yeah, that's really all there is to that. But I hope you all had a great week. And my week was busy. Running back and forth between home and visiting with my girl, and hanging out with her and spending time with her. And um, Yeah, I know she wanted me to send the link to this. I did. Baby, if you're watching, I love you and I'll talk to you soon. So for those of you like my girlfriend who are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jared Bear. I'm a child of cancer survivor of 36 years. And for those of you who don't know, I come on here every Sunday from 3 o'clock Eastern time until 4 o'clock Eastern time, roughly about an hour. And I talk about the week in review. I share bits and pieces of my life, as is the case my new relationship. And we kind of joke around a little bit and just talk about random shit until, it's time to go. And then I go and listen to the Fox Sunday Flashback, which, by the way, there's a link in the chat tonight at 7 o'clock. So my buddy Dan Richards has decided that he's going to dedicate tonight's Sunday Flashback to all the dads out there for Father's Day. And sadly, we lost Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys last week. Brian Wilson passed away at the age of 82. And we also lost Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone, who was also 82 years of age. And so I think Dan's going to play some Beach Boys music tonight on the Fox Sunday Flashback. I don't know yet. I don't want to say he is if he's not. Kind of up in the air, I guess, but he knows that if he needs any music from me of the Beach Boys or any music in general, he knows who to come to. I'm his guy. So be sure you tune in tonight for the Fox Sunday Flashback. Dan Richards at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 103.9 The Fox. And I got that out of the way. And now, without further ado, Chewing Off My Toenail, who is a regular in my chat log every week, every Sunday, and he is humorous. His comments make me laugh. So, and I quote from Chewing Off My Toenail, he says, "I'm a father to so many beautiful toenails, so today is my day too." Are you listening to this, Amy? Okay. Then he says, "My toenails greeted me this morning by poking up from my delicious pancakes." And this one had me, because I read the comments before I start the show. This one, he says, "Whenever a toenail stands tall for my hot dog, I am one happy son of a bitch." and then, and then he says, "Happy Father's Day to your dad." So dad's not here, Toenail, but I will gladly and happily pass along the message that you wished him a happy Father's Day, and same to you as well, Toenail. I don't know if you're actually a father to humans and not toenails, but you get the idea. I hope you have an awesome day today, and I hope you enjoy it with your children or grandchildren or just people you love and people who bring sunshine into your life. I did a bit of traveling last week. I was down in Almont, Michigan, which is in Lapeer County, and never been there before. I decided I wanted to go for a drive just to get away for a few hours, and it was a lot of fun. And I went to Dryden and Metamora, and of course, I've been to Lapeer before, but I just did a bunch of driving around, riding around, seeing what I could see, and it was a ton of fun. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. My vehicle runs great. I got the title to my vehicle. So she's all mine now. She's legal. So now I just have to make payments and we'll get her paid off. But yeah, it's been an incredibly busy week. It's been fun, kind of frightening at times, but it's been more fun and adventurous than anything. And I got so much to write in my journal. It's not even pathetic, or it's not even funny. It's pathetic. It's pathetically not even funny. So I'll get to that at another time. But I guess the big story is just me, in this relationship. And I got to meet, her children, and they both like me. They take to me really easily and instantly, and it's because I'm nice to them. I talk to them. I don't talk down at them. I talk to them. So I think that makes all the difference. And I introduced myself to her son. He just had an 11th birthday, and I said, "Well, what's happening, dude? My name's Jared. Nice to meet you." And I said, "You're the famous." I'm not going to say his name, but he kind of laughed and he says, "Famous? Oh my God." Well, yeah, of course. Um, but her daughter just adores me. And she's a little stinker, but yeah, it's been a fantastic week. Busy but fantastic, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I found someone. And just when I thought I was done and finished, and I mean, I can handle being single. Being single is not a problem for me, never was. But when you find that right person, when that right person comes along, it's like everything changes. It's like this is doable. This is, finally someone who loves me for me, and someone who um is not so judgmental and, well, what do I get out of this relationship? And it's not like that at all. I had told my girlfriend something yesterday that I thought was kind of philosophical. It makes sense to me. And that is, I told her, I said, look, I'm not perfect to you. Or no, how did I say that? It wasn't that at all. I said, I'm not perfect to the world. You're not perfect to the world, but we're perfect for each other. That's what it was. And she says, I love how you put that. I never thought of it like that. Well, you know, I'm a thinker. I do a lot of thinking. And I think that is what really matters, is that you love each other and that you make things work. And I'm really happy. So yeah, and Amy, although you can't hear her in the kitchen, she says that she and Dad also notice a difference in me. Um, and Luna, my dog over here, she was very protective. And when she first met my girlfriend, she was taking attack postures and just giving her that look. I said, it's all right, baby. Come on. She's not going to do anything because I'll put a stop to it. I want her to get used to my girlfriend, and I think she has. I think she has. The more she comes around, the more Luna will get used to her. And yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm enjoying this relationship so far. It's not um it's not anything that I thought was possible for me and until I found out it was. And I'm happy. And I'd say she's happy too, although I can, you know, I joke around with her a lot, and I'm trying to get her to understand that, when between me being serious and me, just fucking around casually, um, I'm trying to get her to understand that that's just my way. It's how I handle things, and I have a sense of humor, and I'm serious when the time calls to be serious. So, but I'm happy. I'm happy with her, and she's happy with me. I hope. I hope. Kidding. Kidding. Yeah, she's happy with me. Um, I love her dearly. So, um, what to talk about this week? Yeah, so we lost Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, and we lost Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone. And who's Sly and the Family Stone? Well, they had a lot of good songs back in the '60s. Um, Everyday People and Dance to the Music, and let's see, Hot Fun in the Summertime, and Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. Stand is another one of their songs. They did it was like more protest music than anything, like protest folk, funk kind of thrown in like a mix. But it was their music was I love the music of Sly and the Family Stone. It's just I love it. Just like the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson was a major influence on music back in the '60s. And, they had their album called Pet Sounds, the Beach Boys, back in, I think it was 65 or 66. Maybe I know it's in that neighborhood somewhere in the time frame, but let me see when Pet Sounds came out. Um, the Come on, enough of this shit. The Beach The Beach Boys. Pet Sounds. When did Pet Sounds come out? Pet Sounds came out in 66. May 16th, 1966. Wouldn't It Be Nice? And That's Not Me. I'm Waiting for the Day. Sloop John B. You Still Believe in Me. Don't Talk. Put Your something. Let's Go Away for a While. God Only Knows. Here Today. Pet Sounds. Mono Mix. Caroline, no. I Just Wasn't Made for. See, it doesn't give the whole title of the song. See, and even Paul McCartney, the Beatles, particularly Paul McCartney and George Martin, were deeply impressed and inspired by the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. They considered it a masterpiece and felt it significantly influenced the creation of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Brian Wilson later recalled that Lennon and McCartney were blown away by the album. McCartney even admitted to playing Pet Sounds and crying, citing its emotional depth. The Beatles saw Pet Sounds as a benchmark of modern pop music and a significant achievement in studio production and creativity. Yeah, I totally agree with that statement. I mean, the Beach Boys were very influential and inspirational, and it was all, Brian Wilson and Al Jardine and Mike Love. The Beach Boys were just phenomenal. And I remember the episode of Full House back in the 90s when the Beach Boys they made a cameo appearance on the show, and the family was included on stage because John Stamos has a connection with the Beach Boys. And in fact, I think it was John Stamos, if I read correctly, John Stamos had informed Mike Love of Brian Wilson's passing. According to what I read on the internet, I don't know how true it is, but that's what I read. But John Stamos has a connection with the Beach Boys. And in one episode of Full House, they appeared on stage. I think they were in Hawaii. They went on a Hawaiian trip, and they were stranded on an island, I think it was. Maybe I'm conflicting episodes. I think I might be conflicting episodes, but I know that the Beach Boys did appear on Full House. The band, I think they performed in the basement, and John Stamos, has that collaboration with the Beach Boys. But I remember they did appear on Full House, and that was it was awesome. I'll never forget that. I remember watching that as a kid, and it's like, these guys are good. And Mom and Dad, I remember Mom and Dad saying, holy shit, the Beach Boys, because the Beach Boys were big when my parents were kids. So, it was probably a nice flashback for them. So yeah, Brian Wilson, he had a lot of health issues, and I don't know the exact cause of death, but I do know he had big time health issues. Oh, that was a bee. I don't know if you guys saw that on the camera lens, but he keeps buzzing around here. Hold on just a second, guys. It's going to be brighter than normal. I do apologize for that. Let's see how it looks on the, yeah, it's a little bit brighter than normal. I do apologize for that. Sorry. I'm trying to get this bee out of here. Bees have been a little more pessimistic than usual lately. Okay, you're going out. What are you doing here, buddy? Okay. So then stay behind the blinds. I'm not going to have my show interrupted with you buzzing around. But anyway, my buzz is that I'm just happy, I am very happy, and I'm satisfied, and I feel great. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting so many compliments, and it's like, oh, because I'm with this girl, and they're complimenting me on stepping up and, playing the role of a father, and and that's something I kind of wanted to talk about too, and I did mention this on Facebook. A lot of people are calling me now, now they're calling me stepfather. They're referring to me as a stepfather. Now my girlfriend and I are just dating. We're not married. We're not wed, but she does have 2 children. And when they came out the other night, and this is probably one of the most profound moments I had with her daughter. She says, "Will you be my daddy?" And or can I call you daddy? And I told her, I said, I don't have a problem with that, but I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to force you to do something you don't want to do. You can call me dad. You can call me Jared. You could call me Jer Bear. I said, just don't call me late for dinner. Then you can call me anything else will work. And she says, she says, okay. She says, I just really love you. She's only 5. And I said, well, I just really love you too, stinker. You know, um, I don't know if I would consider myself even a stepdad, because she has a dad. Both of the kids have dads, and um, I'm just the other guy. I'm just mommy's boyfriend. Um, I'm not trying to take anyone's place, and but I will guarantee their safety, and I will guarantee that um, if I got it, it's theirs, kind of a thing. It's a big responsibility. It is, but I know what I came into with this relationship, and um, that's really all there is to that. I'm really happy, and I'm going to do my best to make her happy, and you know, be the best person and role model I can be to her kids. But yeah, it was just one of those. It was just one of those moments where she asked me. She says, "Will you be my daddy?" I said, "Well," I said, "I don't expect you to call me daddy, but whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I'm not going to force you. It is your decision, and it is entirely up to you." And um, yeah, I'm not the kind of person who's going to force a kid to call me dad if I'm dating their mother. That's no, no, that's not me at all. Um, I would prefer they call me what makes them feel comfortable. You don't have to call me daddy. You can call me Jared or Buddy or whatever, or Jer Bear. Doesn't matter. Um, but dad, it's more to me. It just the label of dad or father. We'll go with father. Um, there's just so much that can be said. Just like with mother, there's so much about mother and father, like those labels, they carry so much meaning. It's a very it's a very sacred thing. You know what I mean? Like, um, what does a daddy do? A daddy teaches you right from wrong. A daddy provides. A daddy puts a roof over your head, clothes on your back, food on the table. A father works hard to provide for his family. A father teaches you how to tie your shoes and to cast a line in a river. Daddies and fathers do these things. What does a mother do? A mother, you know, she carries children. She um, makes sure that her family is taken care of by providing, a warm meal, and making sure the clothes are cleaned or whatever. And I'm not trying to turn this into a sexist thing, but because I do laundry, I cook meals too. But you get the idea. There's nothing like a woman's touch, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Um, but we all play roles in the lives of children. We have to raise children to be productive and honest people, so the rest of the world isn't going to be stuck dealing with problematic people. We have to do what we can to raise them right and to teach them how to be respectful and to teach them that respect is earned, it's not given, it's not expected, but you have to earn it. And as part of that, I think I would be better suited as a role model for my girlfriend's kids. But like I said, if they want to call me dad, they can call me dad. I'm not expecting them to. I'm not forcing them to. Um, I'm neither, pulling it in or pushing it away. It is entirely up to them. But there's so much that goes into those labels, and it's a big deal. It's a very sacred label. I'm sorry, I needed a drink. I had to wet the whistle a little bit. But yeah, so those are my feelings on that. I don't want to bore anyone into oblivion. I don't want to, bore you to sleep. But those are my thoughts on that. Um yeah. But I can't stress it enough. I'm happy. I'm happy with this woman. I'm happy with the relationship. I love you, baby, if you're watching this. And I miss you already. I do. And of course, with my colorful fingernails, which, hey, chewing off my toenail, I think you can appreciate these, right? You can appreciate these beautiful, magically colored fingernails. The 4-year or the 5-year-old had painted my fingernails. Yeah, I mean, I was telling Amy last night. My girlfriend was sitting at the kitchen table, and I said, there's this young lady. She does a remarkable job on painting nail. If you want your fingernails painted, go to this location and this spot. Go and see this person. That's who did my nails, and let me tell you, boy, she just does a fantastic job. And yeah, it was cute. I I'm gonna promote. What's that? Yeah, she actually the cover up, like the beige color cover up. She put a streak across my forehead with. It's like, why are you putting cover up on my forehead? Um, but she actually got in trouble because she made a mess, getting the makeup and everything all over. But it was cute. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. And and something else I wanted to point out too. Um, Again, I know that the kids have fathers and or have a dad, I should say, and I'm not trying to take their place. I'm not trying to outdo them. I'm not trying to barge in on someone else's role as father. I'm not trying to do that. When I met my girlfriend, I knew she had kids. I already knew that. And I told her, I said, your kids come first all the time. Before me, before anybody. Your babies are your babies. They come first. And that's not up for debate. Your kids are your kids. They come first. They come before me. They come before everybody else. And she agreed, but I can't emphasize that enough. Your children always come first. And I think she agreed. I think she agreed. She probably, baby, did you get tired of me repeating myself? I think you did. But I want to drive the point home that no matter what, your kids come first. So, and we'll leave it as that. But see, now I've run out of things to talk about, and I don't want to say I will or I won't, but I might have my girlfriend on next week if she's down with that. I don't want to pressure her into anything she doesn't feel comfortable doing. But but I'll talk with her. I'll ask her if she would like to join me. And I'll probably get an instant response after I wrap up this live stream. She'll probably give me an immediate yes or no or a maybe. But if she doesn't want to, that's fine. It's not a big deal. I usually, if I'm not doing this by myself, Dad and Amy are usually here for backup, and so it's not a big deal. But if she would like to come on here and do this with me, she's more welcome to do so. I don't know how she feels about being seen to the world like I am, but that's entirely up to her. I'm not going to force her or make her do anything, especially that makes her feel uncomfortable. I can't force anyone to do anything. I can only force myself to do something, and I get to choose how I react to certain things. So, and we have another hello, King Bob. Welcome back for another week of the Sunday video update. Great to see you, buddy. I don't know how long you've been here, but I've been yapping for the last half hour. Yeah. 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 Okay. So it's confirmed, right? Okay. But, and listen, baby, I know you're watching this. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. If you feel self-conscious about something, or if you just decide you don't want to do it, it's fine. But if you want to, come sit on Jer Bear's lap. Let's talk about the good old. No, I'm kidding. I have like, I don't know, 7 years on my girlfriend. So the joke now it's like you should respect your elders here. Because I got 7 years on you, baby. I love you. I love you. I love you. But we joke around all the time, and I think she's getting the idea, like she knows when I'm being serious and when I'm, just being humorous. I can convince her of something though, and when I'm actually joking, I can actually convince her that something is true, and she'll be convinced for a minute, and it's like, baby, I'm joking. She'll be like, you fucker, but that's okay. That's all right. What's up now?
I've known her
Yeah.
since like the 90s.
She was born. She wasn't in the 80s. She was born in 93.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah.
When she had her first son.
Well, he's not that old. He's only 11.
Okay, I knew Caden.
Yeah.
When Caden,
Zayden is her. Well, I didn't want to give a name.
Oh.
I don't want to give names. Sorry.
Sorry, sweetheart.
But the dad's name, I don't care, but Caden.
Yeah, Caden.
Caden's the dad.
I know him and his mom.
The dad.
And his dad.
Yeah. But I don't want to engage in bashing on here. That's not.
No. No.
But
it's only good. It's just I've known him longer than you have.
Yeah. Yeah. But because we know the same people.
Yeah.
Kaleo, what's up, bud?
Ain't that weird?
Tell your dad, hey Kaleo, tell your dad I said Happy Father's Day if you would for me. I'd appreciate that. And you too, King Bob, tell your dad if you're able. Tell your dad I said Happy Father's Day. Pass that along for me if you would, please. And to anybody else out there watching this, and if you're a dad, Happy Father's Day. And if you're a single mom playing both roles, Happy Father's Day to you as well. I know that statement nowadays probably renders as controversial, but I really don't give a shit. The single parenting, by what I have observed, through other people, it looks difficult. It looks stressful. So I think fathers who play both roles should also be recognized on Mother's Day, and you know, mothers, single moms on Father's Day should also be recognized. Parenting is not it's not for the faint of heart, especially if you're a single parent. But I'm sure there's great joy in watching mini versions of yourself run around and get into shit and climb on kitchen cabinets and make messes. And but Kaleo, how you doing today, buddy? I'll give you a minute to respond. But yeah. So you doing good? Good. Did you get your letter? I sent you another letter just recently. It was sent out on, when was it sent out? It was last week. Okay. Oh, you didn't get it yet. Okay. Um, it's been a busy week, man. I know I sent out a bunch of letters, and if I didn't send you a letter, if you don't receive one this week, um, have mom or dad let me know. Ask them to tell me if you would, and I'm gonna write to you again. You're my dude. I'm gonna write to you. I saw the latest storybook video on Facebook. You were hiding behind your mom like a little monkey. I told your mom. I said, is that little, look at that little monkey hiding behind you, mom. I love the videos. And I just love your family, Cleo. You and your mom and dad. I love you guys so much. You're good people. Um, I just hope your dad has an awesome birthday today. Or not birthday. Boom, boom, boom. Father's Day. I almost made that mistake on Facebook. I want to wish all the fathers out there a very happy birthday. Uh, Go back at it. Oh, Father's Day. Yeah, yeah. Um, what are the odds that every father in the world celebrates a birthday on Father's Day? Um, it's really it gets confused. Well, because my uncle's birthday is today as well. My uncle Tim, my dad's brother, celebrates a birthday, and it just so happens to be on Father's Day this year. Tomorrow, speaking of birthdays, tomorrow, if my mom's mom was still alive, she would be turning 100 years old tomorrow. My grandma, her name was Beulah, spelled Beulah. She would have been 100 years old tomorrow. She was born in Grand Ledge, Michigan, June 16th, 1925. And she passed away, unfortunately, in 1986 when at the age of 61 on October 7th, 1986. I was only 3 months old at the time, and she died when I was just a baby. So I don't remember her, but by what my mom always used to tell me, my grandma kissed me all over my neck, or all over my face, my face. Why can't I talk today? I'm tripping over my words. Like, what the hell is going on? Um, she kissed me all over my face, and she actually told my mom and dad to take me in to get checked out. She says, something's not right with this baby. You need to have him looked at thoroughly. And my mom was like, oh, Ma, what are you talking about? Jared's fine. No, something's wrong with this baby. Something's not right. And 3 years later, after my grandma died, I was diagnosed with childhood cancer with Wilms tumor. So grandma knew. I don't know how the hell she knew, but she knew. Or maybe she didn't know precisely that I had cancer, but she knew something was wrong. But she just couldn't put her finger on. For those of you, by the way, for those of you who are joining me in chat, yes, my nails are painted because my girlfriend's 5-year-old daughter, I let her go a little crazy and paint my nails. So yeah, if you have a problem with a guy who has painted fingernails or toenails or whatever, tough shit. Oh, yeah, Kaleo. Yeah, I got painted nails. I'm stepping up. Spirit fingers. Yeah, I'm stepping up. I got painted nails, brother. But yeah, what's that? I've been told that a time or two. Amy says, Jared, you're funny. I've been told that a time or two. Well, I got Kaleo laughing. But Kaleo's my dude. I love that kid so much. But yeah, my girlfriend's 5-year-old daughter decided to get a little crazy with my fingernails. So I gave her permission. I told her she could, and my girlfriend's like, "Are you sure you're gonna let her paint your nails?" Why not? When I went to New York, to meet a Wilms tumor survivor, and his sister painted my fingernails. And she didn't put makeup on me, but she painted my fingernails, unless you considered fingernail polish as makeup. But she painted my nails. I think they were similar color, and I still got the picture. It's in my files somewhere on my computer, but I saved them. And a lot of people they thought I was bullshitting. They're oh, you're not going to let someone paint your nails. Watch me and watch them go to work. And they did. And I don't have a problem with anybody, especially if it's a child who wants to paint my fingernails. I don't care. Kaleo, you're going to paint my fingernails if I come meet you? Sneak a little bit of some of this pink and purple from your mom's stash. Get some of that that rainbow colored fingernail polish. I don't know if your mom well, I know your mom I know I've seen her apply like eyeliner, but I don't know if I've ever seen her with painted fingernails. But yeah, if I come and visit you one of these days, I'll let you paint my fingernails. I really will. I really will, because I'm cool like that. See, I don't complain about dumb things that are just not. It's nothing to complain about. You're gonna paint my nails, Kaleo? I'll let you. But we are down to Kaleo's laughing again. See, here's the thing, man. I'm serious, Kaleo. I will let you paint my nails, brother. I will let you do it, man. I mean, you can paint my nails while we eat those Raymond flavored Funyuns. I'll let you do it, man. You can eat more Raymond flavored Funyuns with chopsticks, because that was just hilarious. I still laugh at that video. And you can paint my nails between crunching, I'll let you do it. Not a problem. I'm a pretty laid back dude. I just don't there's a lot of guys out there who are like, I don't want you painting my fingernails. I don't want you doing this and doing that. I don't want to be dolled up. Come on. Just relax. Just relax. You can take it off. Like is it really that big of a deal? I don't think it is. Maybe I'm just more kind of laid back than most guys. So, Kaleo, when am I painting your fingernails? Kaleo, will you let me paint your fingernails if I come see you? I'll give him a chance to respond. But I've been here for quite a while. I have about 15 minutes left in the show. This hour goes by so fast. But time flies when you're having fun. That's for sure. I'll give Kaleo a minute to respond if he's still in chat. I want to paint Kaleo's fingernails. No, thank you. Oh, come on, man. Would you paint mine, Kaleo? Would you paint mine? I'll let you paint mine if you want to. If you're down with that, I'd let you paint my fingernails. Not a problem. I'll give him a chance to respond. Kaleo, if you're still here, would you paint my fingernails? I'll hold really still. What I thought was so cute though, when my girlfriend's daughter painted my fingernails, she kept telling herself, focus, 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 focus. And I'm just looking at her like, that's cute. She's like, focus, focus, focus. And she's painting my fingernails while telling herself to focus. It's like, wow. You're not going to paint my nails either? Kaleo, don't bail on me, brother. I'll hold still for you. Kaleo, I love you anyway, buddy. You know I do. And I would still let you paint my nails if you really wanted to. If you got bored and if you really wanted to paint my nails, you could. I wouldn't have a problem with that. So what are we doing this week? I don't know. I think Dad mentioned something about Pine Run tomorrow night. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he mentioned something about it. So I'll probably be out there tomorrow night. For the Monday flashback, by the way, so Dan also at the Pine Run Inn for a couple hours. He takes requests and he will play your song if it's classic country. Once in a while, he might go off the rails and he'll play, like Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond or Joy to the World by Three Dog Night, or he'll go off the rails a little bit and then he'll come back to the country format. But it's a lot of fun. I love going out there every week, and yes, eventually, I will find a way to take my girlfriend and her little girl eventually. But when I go out there lately, when I've been going out there, Dad's been taking care of that. He says, we're going to go out there and I'm taking you out there because I want to go out there. So it's like, okay. But personally, taking myself out there, it's been kind of a no deal thing because, funds are kind of tight right now. Yeah. Doing a double date. Yeah. Yeah. You and Dad and me and my girl. So yeah, sounds like an idea. And, I'll just have to make sure I have enough money to cover my girlfriend and her kid or kids if she has both of the kids. But the thing is, I don't know. Well, the Monday flashback goes from 6:30 to 8:30. So I think by law, kids have to be out by 9:00 because they serve booze. So I think the law, they have to be out by 9. If you're under 21, you have to be out by 9:00. But the Monday flashback ends at 8:30, so that's plenty of time to get the shit and get. So, or to hit the shit and get rather. But so no one's getting in trouble. The bar won't be held liable or anything like that. But yeah, one of these nights I'm gonna have to take my girl and her kids. You have to leave now, Cleo? Okay, we'll talk later, buddy. I love you guys. You have a good day and have fun with Dad today. Tell him I said Happy Father's Day. Yeah, I got it right that time. We're down to the final 10 minutes of the show. And so now y'all, if you're new here, now you have a pretty good idea of how I do things here and what I talk about, the week in review, as I explain to my girl, like, this is how I do it. And this is what I do every week. And, yeah, we have a little bit of fun. We joke around. And if I have problem people in chat, they go bye-bye. I don't put up with it. There are just certain people, the people who come into my chat, it's very rare that problem people come into my chat log anymore. It's very rare that they do that now, because they know if you're gonna come in acting a fool, you're gone. You'll just be blocked. You'll be banned. No one will see your comments but you. So you can talk to yourself and keep yourself entertained in your precious little echo chamber. But very few people know. I don't tolerate stupidity. I don't tolerate people coming in and leaving bullshit comments in my chat. And you will be banned quicker than shit. You won't know what hit you that I'll ban you so quickly. Um, there's no, okay, this is your first warning, second warning, 3 strikes, you're out bullshit. You come in here being stupid, you're gone. And I think it was last week, or no, it was 2 weeks ago. I went for 2 hours on here, and that's typically not the normal time that I go for, that's not the typical amount of time that I invest into the Sunday video update where I'm talking for 2 hours. I try to keep it at an hour because that leaves, if I at least do an hour, and it's a good solid hour. I say what I got to say until there's nothing more to talk about, and then I'll kind of veer off into some other subject or topic, and then I'll try to take up that time within the hour. So it's pretty random here. It's pretty random. It's it's kind of here and there, but yeah. Oh, excuse me. I am tired. And if that's any inclination that it's been a long week, then I don't know what would be indicative, but a big yawn there for me. It has been a very long week, and I'm guessing maybe this week will be a long week, depending on circumstances and how things shake out. But other than that, right now I'm happy. I'm just happy. That's the theme of this week's Sunday video update. I found someone who really and truly loves and cares about me and wants to be with me. All flaws aside, we both have a myriad of flaws. We recognize our flaws, and I think we're both um, very self-aware and conscious of our flaws, and that's the one thing that we both have to work through. Like, we tell each other, like, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, but we both are accepting of one another's flaws and inabilities at certain things, and we are also loving and caring and accepting of our ability to do things. So, for me, it works, and I think it works for her too. I don't think it's fair to put words in her mouth, but I'm sure she would agree if she were sitting on my lap today and we were doing this. I think she would agree. I'm pretty sure she would agree with me that it works. It fits. Everything is falling into place, and I can't emphasize enough how happy I am to finally find somebody. I'm going to be 39 next month, and even if I wasn't with someone and if I was still single, I would be okay with that. But I'm very okay with being with the person I'm with. I love being with her. I love being around her. I love the fact that she's around me. I love the fact that we communicate when we can't physically be together every minute of the day. I love you, baby. But the fact of the matter is that we still keep in contact. We are just trying to hold on to one another as best we can. And I think a lot of people think it's cute that, Jared is finally in love. He's happy. He's found someone who is loving and accepting of him. And she is the reason why no one else would ever work for me. She is everything in a woman that I look for. She's everything I love about a woman, someone who's kind and caring and loving and accepting of people. And for some strange reason, man, she picked me to be her man. So, uh, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. She sees something about there's something about me, my qualities are just the one thing that she loves. And when I have to be stern with people, I will be. I will tell anybody off and I don't give a fuck. But when that time comes, I'll do it. That's just what I have to do. I have to defend myself and I have to defend the people I love and care about. And my girl's one of them. I will defend her all the way. You know, I'm not going to let people walk all over her. Every time I try to, it's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm sick of my girl being disrespected. She says, no, baby, just don't. I got this. And it's like, okay, whatever. It's like, I'm your man. Let me fucking defend you. Let me tell this person off. You don't talk to my woman that way. You're not going to disrespect her. But she tells me, she says, don't make a situation worse than it is. And she's right. She's absolutely right. And I couldn't agree with her more. It's almost like when I lose my sense or my, sensibilities about things, when I don't think and I want to tell this person, she's like, baby, just, it's good. Let it go. But there are times when I say, fuck that, I'm not letting it go. Something's going to be said. And she's like, baby, I don't need the drama. I don't need, there's not going to be drama because I'm telling them straight, you're not going to disrespect my woman and I will speak up. I don't care. And I think she's accepting of that, but at the same time, she's like, God, please don't. Both of my parents, I mean, I think I get that from both of my parents. Like I just don't put up with it. I once upon a time I would put up with things just to keep the peace, but now I'm like, fuck you. I'm not gonna sit back and let you walk all over me, you fucking piece of shit. That's enough. And there's never any physical confrontation. That's what I try to avoid. I don't like to physically get, in conflict with someone, but I will defend myself and, I do what I got to do and I will do what I have to do to protect my girl and her kids. So I'll do whatever it takes, whatever means necessary. But I think I've said too much here. It's just new territory for me. I've been single for so long and now one day, I go from one day being a single man to the next day. Now I'm in love with somebody and it's like, I can't believe this. Like, you really, like, is this a dream? Am I being punked? Like, is someone out there fucking with me? Like, am I on candid camera? Like, is this real? And it's very real. It's very real. And I couldn't be happier. And I'm very satisfied with the person I'm with. I'm happy. And, we lift each other up. And we're going to try to, we're just going steady. We're going to make this relationship work. We're going to build upon it. And, we're going to do what we got to do, baby, because I know you're watching out there. But anyway, guys, it is 4:00 and I really have to get going because I have other things to do. I have to listen to the Fox Sunday Flashback with Dan Richards and I have to hook them up with music. And which you'll hear on the radio if someone requests a song and he doesn't have it, I do. I send it to him and he'll put it on the air. So that is 810-230-9777 if you want to place a request. Again, area code 810-230-9777. That is the Fox Sunday Flashback with Dan Richards tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on Flint's Classic Rock Authority 103.9 The Fox. And I should get a job as a disc jockey. I should call, I should get a hold of the program director or the person in charge of hiring and firing at the Fox and say, hey, I would like to be a DJ. And they'd probably laugh me all the way out the door. So I love you all very much. Happy Father's Day. Try to make the best of it. And I will be back next week for another installment of the Sunday Video Update. My name is Jared Fuller. This side. I get that backwards every week. It's there. Peace out. I love you all. Amy, any final words? She says, peace out and be safe. And I echo what she's saying as well. So much love to all of you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.